look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. In this reaction video, we'll be discussing women's emotions, how women's emotions tear up relationships and keep, just make bad things happen. All right, so we're going to get into that real quick. And this might be the only video you get today because I got other things to do this morning. But before I do, hit the notification bell. Once you do that, select the option that says all so you can be informed of all my new content. Can you dig it? Now, hold on 1 second as I put this lady on the screen. Wrong one. There you go. All right. Like I always say, let's get it.
Hey, you know what I never hear? I never hear women talking about our problem, like our lifelong battle. Like we talk about the man's lifelong battle. And usually there's just like, cheating, not, giving in to temptation. But I never hear people talking about women's battle. And I think a woman's battle is managing her emotions. Because honestly, we let our emotions ruin our lives. It is literally the battle of a lifetime. But I never hear people talking about that. I want to know why. And like, for example, if you need like a little bit of an explanation, a woman's battle is her emotions because how many of women's problems stem from her inability to distinguish her emotions from fact?
Exactly. This is why when you hear women talk to you about damn near anything, they will always start the conversation with "I feel." For real. If you talk to her about saving money, because that's something she want to buy right now, and you as a man from a logical point of view say we don't have the money, we need to hold back, we need to hold on and stuff like that, let our money build up more. She's gonna feel some type of way, right? Because she feels that it's gonna be okay. She feels that you have the money and stuff like that, right? But you got to know how to talk to women. You can't talk to them from a point of logic. You got to talk to them from a point of emotions without being emotional. You have to talk to them like, baby, well, if we spend this money, then we won't have money to buy these other things. How would that make you feel? And as soon as you say feel, she's going to process what you say. And it's going to make sense. She's going to be like, well, since you put it that way, I feel that it's not a good decision. I feel I wouldn't want that to happen. You get what I'm saying? It's just like a child, man. You have a child that's like 2 years old, 6-year-old. You got to talk to them about certain things because their mind can only grasp certain things. You talk to them about little toys, about little cartoons. How you feeling today, Ben? All stuff like that. Little small talk, little small chats, right? Stuff that make them happy. If you're ready for Christmas, stuff like that, right? You know damn well you can't talk to no 5 or 6-year-old kid about politics and mathematics, and you can't talk to them about trigonometry and philosophy and astronomy because that takes a different level of understanding. Okay. A lot of women, they filter their logic through emotions. Even though it sounds logical to us, whatever it may be, and most time it is logical. A lot of times it is factual. But a woman has to process facts and logic through emotional insight, through emotions. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that they can't understand certain things that are logical, but the way that women are made up, their innate nature is to be emotional. That's why I always say statistical data doesn't matter to women. I know you have a lot of shows that always talk about statistical data. That's cool, but that only helps the men because we're logical. Statistical data only shows the women that they're wrong and that we're right. When we say things like black men are the most involved fathers in parenting, we have statistical data to back that up to prove it. But even though we provide such information to a woman, she will still be dismissive of it because it's not reaching her emotionally. So you have to be able to talk to a woman emotionally to manipulate a woman's mind. Okay, that's part of it. Part of the game is being able to manipulate her emotionally in order to manipulate her. But let's keep going.
Like, if you are a woman and you are a woman who pays attention to yourself, you know that you can get so consumed by your emotions that they alter reality. So much so that you think your emotions are the facts. Like, you could be looking at it, but your emotions will cloud your view so much that you literally don't see it. So it's not like you're just going out of your way.
Exactly. A woman, again, emotion. She can have a good man staring at her in the face. She could be involved with a good man, but feel that he's too boring. It creates, like she say, a reality that she's not happy in. Cognitive dissonance, creating a warped reality that doesn't exist to no one else but the individual who is going through that cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? So basically, a woman could talk herself out of a damn good relationship. A woman can keep herself away from a good man because she doesn't feel that he's exciting enough. Like how they mess with thugs and whatever. She will feel that a good man who is providing, protecting, drama free, he can have no baby mamas, is too boring because she's not feeling excitement. Excitement is an emotion. So my thing is you have to find a woman that is emotionally mature, emotionally regulated in order for you to take her serious. There's a lot of women who have developed physically big boobs, breasts, and all that good stuff, but they have not developed emotionally. If you have a woman that is not developed emotionally, then she's an immature woman. If you find yourself talking to a woman and she pouts all the time, she gets upset all the time because you are providing instruction or direction that she's not liking. In other words, you may be telling her, no, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not dressing like this. No, 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 no. Just like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum in a grocery store or a Walmart after the parent told the child, no, you can't get these candies. You can't get this right here. And they start and get mad and pouting and jumping up and down. You'll see that same childish behavior in some or many grown women. When you have a woman who reacts that way, that lets you know that she is emotionally immature and that everything that comes her way must be handled in the form of emotionalism. You have to deal with her emotionally. Logic doesn't work on her. Women who are emotional don't understand budgeting. Excuse me. Women who are emotional does not understand budgeting. They don't understand chastity, virtue, temperance, or restraint. These women act on impulse because being impulsive itself is also emotional. Okay. They don't have no self control. They're always from one person's house to the next, bed to bed, continuously gossiping about people. Why? Because there's feelings that they're receiving. It makes them feel good to be talking about people. These are the women that will always cause you problems in your relationships. You will always have difficulty with these women because you're trying to please them emotionally. A woman should know how to manage her own emotions. You cannot you cannot manage your own bills, your day to day, the stresses of life, the pressures you go through as a man, and still come home and deal with an emotional woman. Emotional women will make men emotional. A woman can drag you into an argument. You could be cool, calm, and collected, but a certain woman can bring certain emotions out of you. Okay. She could bring anger, rage out of you, even to the point where you want to do her physical harm or end her life. A woman can bring misery out of you. A woman can bring depression out of you. The reason why that happens is you are so emotional attached to that woman that she can lead you into her world of emotions where you will fail every time. Men win in the world of logic and reason. Men do not win in the world of emotions. They will win every time. And like I told you before, if a woman can make you become strongly emotional attached, then she can control you.
And not doing the work and just being overly emotional, you your brain is literally not registering that what you're seeing is not fact. But I never hear women talking about that. Is it because women don't realize it, or is it because you don't want to be wrong? You don't want to feel like something is wrong with you or that you're crazy. I mean, because you're not crazy. It's just like men, like they are biologically designed to populate the earth. They were literally meant to go out and have sex with as many people as possible to keep the human race growing and flowing. But now, we're in a new world where that's not a skill that's needed anymore. So they're fighting against their biology to conform to what's needed in today's society. And I feel like maybe that's the same case with women. Like, are we fighting against like our biology? What I'm trying to think, like, what purpose could being like so emotional that you could disregard that?
Women do disregard reality because of their emotional standing. Now, let me put this one lady up here. My bad. I don't know what, I'm still waking up, you know what I'm saying? I got things to do this morning, but let me go ahead and put it on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Hope y'all doing all right this morning, by the way. Let's cover this a little further. Okay, I think that's there. Okay. Now, I want you to take a listen to what this woman says. Kind of interesting. Let's get it.
You're not used to having a good man in your life, or you might have seen that growing up, you can do all the healing work that you want to do. But when a good man comes, can you handle that? Because he's going to be a trigger, and you're going to have to know how to decipher intuition and fear. They feel.
Did you hear what she just said? The good man, is going to be a trigger. Because a good man is going to bring order and structure. And structure is the enemy of chaos. So when a man brings structure, he's going to bring a lot of no's, a lot of don'ts. Don't do this. No, you can't, or can't. We ain't going to do this. A man with structure is going to provide direction because structure provides direction. And this would be a trigger for many women because many women have been with weaker men that allowed them to run all over them. Okay? So a good man, again, could be a trigger to a woman that is emotionally unstable. And when she said they can misconstrue intuition, thinking fear is intuition, that's true too. A lot of times women self-sabotage a relationship because they are fearful. They are afraid of letting themselves become completely 100% vulnerable to the person that they're with, even though they are in a relationship with them. And they think they may see a red flag, when in all actuality, it may just be a similarity. They may have had a partner that came before you that did X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z led to heartbreak, pain, betrayal, because that's what he did. But you come along and you may do something that is similar to X, Y, and Z. And you don't have the same intentions of breaking their heart, and you don't have the same ideals and the same, heart of malice to do something wrong. It just, for example, let's say this man, he said, I'm going to go out and be with the homeboys, right? I'm going to go be with the homeboys and shit. Well, in her past relationships, when her ex said that, he was out cheating with other women, and she discovered that and broke her heart. You could be doing the same thing. You can say, look, I'm going to go hang out with the homeboys and don't have any desire to mess with any other women. But because she went through what she went through with the previous relationship with her ex, she'll see that as a red flag and think that red flag automatically means the same thing, when in all actuality, it's just a similarity, not an actuality. You get what I'm saying? So that fear of being betrayed, that fear of him being deceptive, they would mistake that as intuition. They would think, okay, that means I need to get the hell up on out of here now. I need to get up out of here. Because they are emotional. Hope that makes some kind of sense to y'all. Anyway, like I said, y'all, this is going to be the only video y'all going to get today because I got some things I got to do this early morning. So I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. I hope this brought some kind of understanding. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all take it easy now here.